Brittney Griner is, in fact, a man. One of the videos that give us cause to say that is this video. It is from her Instagram stories from years and years ago. And when it comes to Instagram, they use a combination of like AI detection and plus manual surveyors to make sure that no explicit content ends up on the platform. So clearly whatever AI detection system was used when Brittney posted this and it stayed up for 106 weeks was not like, oh, this is a female chest, we have to take this down. Oftentimes, if breast cancer runs in a family, women will preemptively get like double mastectomies. And there are some great surgeons out there, don't get me wrong, but I don't see any scars on Brittney's chest that would be indicative of a double mastectomy or top surgery for gender transition.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that has sparked intense discussion throughout the WNBA community. Online claims have been circulating involving Sophie Cunningham and alleged DNA evidence connected to Brittney Griner, triggering strong reactions from fans and basketball followers. But what is actually true? What evidence is available? And how did this controversy gain so much attention? We're also looking at a separate viral claim involving a teenage fan at a Seattle Storm game who allegedly held up a Sophie Cunningham sign and was confronted by the team's owner. According to the post circulating online, the fan was left in tears after being told to put the sign away. The story has spread rapidly across basketball's social media, but before accepting the headline at face value, it's important to separate verified facts from online speculation. So, what really happened courtside in Seattle, and why has this story become such a major talking point? We're breaking down the claims, the available information, and the controversy surrounding them. If you enjoy this type of WNBA coverage, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second and helps support the channel. Now, let's get into the story.
Like that, and then she told us that we were effing insane.
And she's like, and she went like insane.
Yeah.
She's like, you better stop this
and stop pulling
shit.
this. Yeah.
And
for you guys
I
to
hope
come
God
here
can
and
save
pull
you.
This. Yeah.
She said for you to come here and pull this shit.
Yeah.
She said the word.
Yeah.
Did she say effing insane or the fucking
No,
insane?
she said the word.
And nobody around you spoke up for you.
No.
I will say, Annalie, when I came over, you were in tears.
Yeah, I've never been yelled at like that. I mean, I've had people hate on me on the internet, but like it doesn't really affect me as much because it's just people online. But that just took me by surprise because I thought she was gonna be nice, and then she starts like screaming at us.
At a WNBA game, a teenage fan reportedly held up a sign supporting Sophie Cunningham. The message wasn't threatening, insulting, or aimed at attacking another player. It simply expressed appreciation for Cunningham and her advocacy for female athletes. According to accounts circulating online, a Seattle Storm co-owner approached the young fan during the game and told her to put the sign away. Fans who say they witnessed the incident claim that security was eventually involved, and the teenager was reportedly left in tears. If accurate, the situation raises an uncomfortable question. Why would a young fan expressing support for a player become serious enough to involve team personnel and security? In a packed professional basketball arena, that's a moment worth taking a closer look at, but it's also important to distinguish first-hand accounts from claims circulating online.
That same vein, in that story with ESPN, you talked about wanting to protect young girls who shouldn't have to go against biological men. Just can you expand your viewpoint on that?
I mean, I think I said what I said. I think it's kind of common sense. And I think I'll always believe in that. I think it's really important to protect children. And that's little girls who are also involved in that category. And so I stand on what I said, and I always believe that.
Yeah. Do you see your advocacy on that, like, taking any form going forward?
You know, I don't know. I'm not a very political person, but I do have beliefs. I have morals, and I'll always stand on those and be true to who I am. And I think people are going to take it how they want to take it, but I've never even really said anything about that. And so when it comes just to protecting young girls in sport and women in sport, I feel very strongly about that. I think that's why you have Title IX. That's why you have some of the greats in women's sports. If Title IX and women's sports weren't protected, then you wouldn't hear about any type of women in sport. And so I think in the future, it's just really important to protect.
Do you think, I guess, along the line like that, it goes against perhaps, some people might say, hey, for the trans community, this could be something that could come back on us or be targeted against us. Like, how do you, I guess, view that sort of critique?
Like I said, I extend love, and I don't dislike anyone. Like, I think there is room for absolutely everyone here, and I think there's room to love everyone.
A few weeks ago, Sophie Cunningham was asked directly during an ESPN program about her views on protecting women's sports. Rather than avoiding the subject, she spoke openly about her position. Cunningham said she believes young female athletes deserve to feel safe in sports environments and that she supports keeping women's competition separated based on biological sex. She also made it clear that she understood her comments could draw criticism, but she intended to stand by her stated views regardless of the reaction. The remarks quickly became another talking point in the wider debate over fairness, safety, and the future of women's sports.
How the left is completely intolerant and the actual hateful ones. This woman is not an owner of a basketball team. She's an owner of a left-wing, radical, political activist group that happens to play basketball. Because this team has endorsed Kamala Harris for president. They have promoted trans rights on their website and their merchandise. And clearly they hold a double standard and allow people to hold signs like this, but belittle young girls that support their sports remaining female. I don't expect them to do this, but I would really like to see the WNBA protect and stand up for fans just like these two young girls from hate and intolerance.
No specific opponent, teammate, or individual was targeted. Sophie simply gave a direct answer to a direct question, delivering her response calmly and deliberately, as though it were a position she had already thought through carefully rather than something said impulsively. But in a league where every statement can quickly become part of a larger controversy, context rarely stays neutral for long. Whether Sophie intended it or not, her comments soon became associated with a much bigger debate, and before long, another name was being brought into the conversation.
I think it has been so fun. I played with BG for 6 years, and so I know her like the back of my hand, and as of late, she's been playing really good. She's been playing like OG Brittney. I'm there to love, but I'm also there to love biological women, and I think that there are rights that need to be protected, and like I said, I'm going to stand true to that. I'll never falter in my beliefs in that, but I have never once said I hated the trans community. Like I said, I think there's space for everyone.
If you followed the Indiana Fever's matchups against the Connecticut Sun this season, you probably understand why some fans quickly connected Cunningham's comments to the broader conversation surrounding Caitlin Clark. Over the past few seasons, Clark and Brittney Griner have been involved in several highly debated on-court moments, including physical plays and officiating decisions that sparked intense discussion among fans. So when Cunningham, one of Clark's most vocal teammates, publicly stated that men should not compete in women's sports, many fans immediately began interpreting the comment through the lens of those previous controversies. Whether or not that connection was actually intended, the timing was enough to fuel speculation across social media and turn a general statement about women's sports into another major WNBA talking point.
Some fans at the game booed Cunningham when she checked into the game. One Seattle Storm player even showed up pre-game wearing a shirt that read, "Trans rights are human rights." After the game, Storm coach Sonia Rahman was asked about the situation.
Seattle and this organization and Climate Pledge, we always want to be an area where people feel welcome coming into this building. I think we've always done a really good job with that. So I know our organization was, working closely with Climate Pledge and with security to just make sure that, everybody feels safe and included and welcome when they walk in this door. And from what I understand, that was...
The idea that Cunningham's comments were specifically aimed at Brittney Griner has never been confirmed by Griner herself. In fact, there has been no clear public statement from Griner directly connecting Cunningham's remarks to her. However, just days before the controversy gained momentum, Griner did describe playing against Cunningham as an especially frustrating experience in another interview. Whatever meaning fans choose to take from those comments, one thing became clear quickly: the reaction to Cunningham's statement online was anything but quiet. What started as a straightforward comment about women's sports soon turned into a much larger debate, with fans across social media weighing in from every side.
You have Sophie Cunningham, a female athlete herself, very accomplished in her own right, coming forth and speaking that truth that men shouldn't play in women's sports. We want to protect women and girls, and the backlash she is receiving from Democrats and left-wing figures across the country is
Within roughly 48 hours, the story had spread far beyond the usual WNBA fan circles. Reports and commentary began appearing across major media outlets, while television programs picked up the controversy and debated Cunningham's comments on a much larger stage. The discussion even reached the national political conversation, with White House officials weighing in on the broader issue of women's sports. What began as a professional basketball player's candid response to a question had suddenly become part of a nationwide debate extending well beyond the court. Yet throughout the growing ongoing controversy, Cunningham herself had not appeared to be seeking that level of attention. She answered a question, expressed her position, and then watched as the internet and media turned those remarks into something much bigger.
Applaud her enough. This notion that you're hating on the trans community because you are not a proponent of them participating in female sports is utterly ridiculous. Sophie Cunningham said every word right on the money. There's no hate involved. There's only love we're talking about. But what happened to loving girls who are born biologically as girls? What about their rights? What about fairness associated to them? Leah Thomas, I'm going to keep bringing that name up. 400 plus in the world competing as a male. Transitions to female, and he was number one. If we're going to act like transitioning from male to female doesn't involve an advantage for that trans athlete, I have nothing to say to you. You're not exercising.